Buhari receives ex-Ethiopian Prime Minister, shares Nigeria's success story in engendering food security, and police warns against holding Odua Nation rally in any part of Lagos. Plus, federal government forges on with its infrastructural strides, commences the $1.2 billion Kano-Kaduna rail project in 2 weeks. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed the conviction that Nigerians are not regretting his administration back-to-land policy, as the focus on agriculture is paying off handsomely. This was while receiving in audience the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Ato Hailemariam Boshe. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The former Ethiopian Prime Minister Ato Hailemariam Boshe is in Nigeria on the auspices of Alliance for Green Revolution, working to promote the development of agriculture in 16 African countries. He congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari for the achievements attained in Nigeria under his watch, especially in agriculture, saying his organization wants to champion the Nigerian policy at the continental level. The former Prime Minister is of the view that Africa should have a common voice on food self-sufficiency, as it is capable of feeding the globe. He said if anything has to change on the continent, it must start with Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari told the former Ethiopian leader that his administration's back-to-land policy was not only deliberate but most ideal, as petroleum could no longer sustain the country, particularly with fluctuating prices. Today, as the president explained, Nigerians eat what they grow, and the country has stopped importation of many food products. Agriculture, he also said, helps the country to generate employment opportunities for those in need, especially the youth. Already, the president maintains some people are even leaving the offices to go back to the land, and so far, there are no regrets whatsoever. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed formal appreciation to the Islamic Republic of Pakistan for remaining faithful and consistent in supporting Nigeria, particularly in the training of the armed forces personnel. The president stated this while receiving Chairman Joint Chief of Staff of Pakistan, General Nadim Raza. He said Nigeria has benefited a lot from the long-standing military cooperation with Pakistan, as some of his colleagues in the military were also trained in the Asian country. The president therefore expressed Nigeria's appreciation to Pakistan for its continued assistance to the country. The chairman, Pakistani Joint Chief of Staff, General Nadim Raza, who described Nigeria as the most important country in Africa, said Pakistan also learns from and benefits from the existing relationship, which it values so much. Muhammadu Buhari has given approval for the African Continental Secretariat for the African Peer Review Mechanism to commence the process of validation of the country's peer review. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, disclosed this when he received the peer review mission in Nigeria.
Somebody has to take the lead, and I believe after we've been reviewed, all the other countries in West Africa will desire to be reviewed. There's nothing to be afraid of, because we believe collectively we have a responsibility in building a continent that will cater for its people. That's the most fundamental thing, a continent that will cater for its people.
Dr. Abdullah Jaina applauded President Buhari for his support to the program, assuring that the peer review would be carried out in line with international best standards.
We hope other countries in the region will benefit from Nigeria's experience. And, this is a peer review process, so we learn from each other. So the fact that you're doing it now and so on would inspire others, would teach them. So very proud of you, and we thank the President and all of you.
The African Peer Review Mechanism was established by the African Union in 2003 for the adoption of policies, standards and practices that entrench political stability, high economic growth, sustainable development and social integration at the sub-regional levels. As plans for the next year budget begin, At that pace, the National Economic Council has endorsed the 2022-2024 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy paper, which was presented to it at the emergency meeting of the Council. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity in the Office of the Vice President, Laolu Akonde, says the Council updated its focus on the report of the State Judicial Panel set up across the country after last year's NSAS protests. Vice President Yemi Oshibaja, who also serves as the chairman of the National Economic Council, urged states where the panels are still sitting to send their interim reports. The United Nations has put together a panel that will review operational standard of digital media, which will be shared with all member states for safe operations and usage of the new media. United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed said this when she was hosted by the Minister of Information and Culture in Abuja. Adebola Bruslin Sunday reports.
The new media, which no doubt has been a blessing to mankind in the area of information dissemination, has also come with its negative impacts, such as hate speech and fake news. Hosting the Deputy UN Scribe, Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said fake news and hate speech have been the tools used by enemies of the states who are out to cast aspersions on the achievements of the present administration.
We discovered recently about 476 online publications that are devoted daily to promoting fake news about this administration and about Nigeria. Despite this, the government has continued to make a lot of, progress, be it in railway, be it in roads or roads, rails or bridges.
On the suspension of Twitter in Nigeria, Lai Mohammed said it's for the good of the country.
And that nobody will use this platform to promote insurgency or promote insecurity. And this is the understanding we crave from the international community.
Young people, this is the way they communicate. With every right, there is an obligation. And I think that what we have to do is to better educate. We have to set norms and standards which will allow an enabling environment where communication can happen in a way that does no harm.
For Amina Mohammed, an amicable resolution is key, and the UN is ready to support the ministry in the actualization of its set goals.
We have a platform called Verified because we were alarmed at the hate speech that was going around the world. And maybe we can share with you how we came about putting that framing in place, and the UN here can add to the solutions that you're looking for to balance this equation.
Amina Mohammed, who urged media practitioners to play within the rule, described free media and freedom of speech as the software that explains how people can invest in any country. Adebola Bruslin Sunday, NTA News.
This is Panorama on the network service of the NTA. It's time to take a break. We'll be back shortly.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Many thanks for being there. And to security matters, the Nigerian Army Resource Center is developing the capacity of Army personnel on information communication technology in a view to actualizing the vision of having a professional Nigerian Army capable of accomplishing assigned mission within joint military environment. This was highlighted at the graduation ceremony of officers and soldiers after a 6 weeks intensive internet core and computing course 2021, organized by the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja. In a message, the Acting Chief of Training, Nigerian Army, Major General Abubakar Ndalolo, commended the participants for showing commitment and discipline throughout the course amid equipping themselves with requisite knowledge in basic computing and information and communication technology.
Things. Nigeria is moving in the same direction, and it therefore behoves on members of the armed forces to be in tune with this development.
As you graduate today and return to your unit, I also want to enjoin you to be worthy ambassadors of this center in your various units and to make us proud by exhibiting the skills you have learned here.
The living online packages have also aligned us with the etiquette of working online and the concept of cybersecurity.
8 officers and 22 soldiers participated in the digital literacy course. Organizers of the planned Odua Nation mega rally slated for today, June 3rd, in Lagos must shelve their plan and steer clear of any part of the metropolis. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odumosu stated this while fielding questions from journalists on the proposed rally in Lagos. Musa Toliat completes the report.
Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odumosu said, based on intelligence gathered by the police command, disgruntled elements have perfected plans to infiltrate the ranks of the protesters and cause mayhem during the proposed Yoruba Nation mega rally slated to hold simultaneously in 18 locations across the metropolis.
The State Police Command hereby warns that no rally will be allowed under whatever guise in any part of the state. So the command therefore warns the organizers and their followers against staging the planned rally and stay clear of streets of Lagos.
He hinted that information at the disposal of the police command also revealed that a group led by one Elewiomo, a transport union leader in Oyo State, is also warming up to unleash reprisal attack on Sunday Igboho's group to avenge the death of one of his followers allegedly killed by Igboho's group in Lagos. CP Odumosu therefore warned that the command will not fold its hands and allow a repeat of 2020 violent NSAS protest, which led to massive destruction of lives and property in Lagos State.
The command will not be cajoled by the so-called organizers that the rally will be peaceful.
You have a right to protest, but the timing is not right.
In Lagos, Musa Tolian, NTA News.
The Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, says the support from the Imo State government contributed largely to the successes recorded in the fight against bandits in the state. He made this known while inaugurating the Operation Search and Flush Joint Headquarters in Imo State.
This is the first visit of the Inspector General of Police to Imo State since assumption of office. He is in the state on invitation of Governor Hope Uzodinma to inaugurate the Operation Search and Flush Joint Headquarters donated by the state government. Governor Hope Uzodinma, while appreciating the effort of the Imo State Police Command in the return of normalcy to the state, says he is confident that the facility will further boost joint security operations and effort at ensuring protection of lives of citizens.
We procured additional armored personnel carriers and other vehicles, and then we are flagging off an office that will serve as a base, an operational base for the joint operation.
IGP Usman Alkali expresses gratitude to the Imo State government, stressing that the police will reciprocate the gesture.
With this kind of support, with every other governor or executive leader to emulate, I think we will be able to summon the courage to face crime and criminalities in this country.
The IGP, who earlier visited the government house, also presented Governor Hope Uzodinma with an award in appreciation of his support to the Nigerian police force. In Owerri, Bright Ibuchu, NTA News.
And now we're joining our Sky broadcasting service for the coronation of Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero as the 15th Emir of Kano.